Intro noises! Hello, I am Rose Knight, and did you know that I actually got my name from Hollow Knight? One of my absolute favorite games. I played it back in 2019 when I couldn't leave my house. My first playthrough took me about 40 to 50 hours. I painstakingly explored every corner of the game, completing it at about 109% before I finally beat the Hollow Knight. Needless to say, I immediately fell in love with this game. My second playthrough started soon after. It only lasted about 9 hours this time, but I beat it in Steel Soul mode at around 80%. Felt really accomplished and had a lot of fun with this game, but sadly I had to leave it behind. I went back to my final year of college, started putting in crazy hours at work to pay for my wedding. I stopped playing Hollow Knight for a full 2.5 years. But now that I'm making YouTube videos as a hobby, I can finally find time for one of my favorite games. But here's the rub. I'm gunning for the Speedrun 2 achievement. An achievement that under 4% of all Hollow Knight players on Steam have ever gotten, because it requires that the player beat the final boss, the Hollow Knight, in under 5 hours. And just as a reminder, I haven't touched this game in almost 3 years. I'm not looking up any guides online, which means I'm not going to know where any of the items are, and I don't know what the fastest routes are. So I'm going purely on memory here. And I do not know how to do this. Or this, and I can't do this, so yeah, this isn't gonna be easy. So let's get started. First, I skip all the opening cutscenes. I reacquaintance myself with the mechanics and start farming for Geo, the in-game currency. I waste some time collecting the Fury of the Fallen charm, which I never used throughout the entire playthrough, and I take my leap into Dirtmouth. I speak to Elderbug because I didn't have the heart to walk past him. I fall down a well and beeline it straight for everybody's cartographer. I thought I might need the map, but surprising myself, I remembered the general layout of the world fairly well throughout the playthrough. Once I got the map, I headed for... After struggling against some basic pea shooter flies, I headed for... Oh, look, a stag station! After purchasing fast travel, I headed straight for the... Wait, do you hear that? But right after I saved the little guy, I went for the... Oh, hey, it's Gru's mother! Can't forget to fight her and save Sly. What was I doing again? Oh, right, I need to head toward the False Knight. Now, just for comparison, here's what a real speedrunner looks like. Yeah, we're making great time. Now once I beat the False Knight, I could finally get my hands on the first power-up in the game. After beating a short puzzle, I head straight to Green Path without any distractions. I made a short attempt at a trip to skip part of the map, but... So I made my way the long way around to fight Hornet, making sure to cut down all the rocks on the way. You know, just in case I die and need a shortcut later. In this permadeath run. Also on my way to Hornet, I stopped by to check in on an old friend, the Hunter. You know, just to say hi. Also, I spent some time saving everyone's favorite invincible, fearless, sensual, mysterious, enchanting, vigorous, diligent, overwhelming, gorgeous, passionate, terrifying, beautiful, powerful, gray Prince Zote. But once I was done with that, I went right back to also I saved this grub. But once I was done with that, I finally fought Hornet. Next thing to do is grab the Mantis Claw. So I bought another stag station and headed straight for Dirtmouth to do a little shopping. My biggest time burn right now is gathering geos, so the first thing I bought fixed that problem. Also, I got a mask piece and finally bought the compass. Accidentally spent too much and couldn't buy the quill though, which makes maps essentially useless. Well anyways, after saving this grub and speaking with Salubra the Charm Lover while I was still broke, I found my way to the fungal wastes. I paid Leg Eater to check on how much the fragile strength would cost. Yep, still 600. I spoke with Cloth for no reason, I bought a useless map, and I made my way into the Mantis Village. Now, Mantis Village is a tough section for anyone who doesn't know the mechanics of the game yet. Needless to say, I was feeling a bit nervous for this area. But whether it was luck, or maybe I was finally starting to shake the rust off, either way, this was the smoothest Mantis Village I've ever had. I was feeling confident, so confident in fact, that after I got the Mantis Claw, and could leave freely, I decided to instead fight the Mantis Lords. My favorite boss in the whole game. These bosses are just so fun. After I beat the Mantis Lords, I unlocked a few big things. First was the opening to Deep Nest that I never used throughout the entire game. Second was the Mark of Pride, a massive increase to range that I don't use till the end game because of the inventory cost. And third was Geo. I did use that. But first I grab a mask shard, then I buy some map items, then I buy another mask shard, then I buy even more map items. My next real goal was to travel to the City of Tears so I can start to upgrade my nail for the end game and grab the ground pound ability, or the Desolate Dive. So of course, I fight this guy and his twin to grab the Charm Notch first. Obviously. Then I make my way across the bridge. I fought my way down the city till I got to this grub. I bought another map, this time not so useless. I fought a guy. I fought some other guys. Then it was time to fight one of the easiest bosses in the game, Soul Master. His moves are slow and easy to dodge, especially if you stand in this corner over here. That way, if he fires one of his soul orbs at you, you can immediately just get out of the way and it'll despawn once it hits the wall or floor. His only move that honestly trips me up is this dive move, but all you have to do is move to the left and jump. When he charges at you like this, that's 2 free hits from a pogo and a follow-up. When he does his orbital charge, then you get 3 free hits, swing up every time you jump over an orbital. And if you need to heal, do it right after the orbital charge in that corner. Too easy, right? Granted, my method is a little bit more time-consuming, but it minimizes the risk during a Steel Soul run. Now, Phase 2 goes a little faster. I jump up and hit him right when he spawns, and Phase take him during his barrage. I finish him pretty early into his second wave of dives. Now, at the end of the fight, I try to absorb him because I forgot how to collect the Desolate Dive. After I get the dive, I head down to upgrade my nail at the Nailsmith. Then I sell some junk, then I grab a simple key, then I buy another stag station. Then I use the stag station to go to the Forgotten Crossroads so I can go the long way around towards Leg Eater to get Fragile Strength. But first, another mask piece. That's when I remembered I can quit the game and reload to my previous bench location. Could have been doing that this whole time. Oh, would you look at that, I'm 2 hours in and still haven't released a single seal. I take off my compass because I haven't been using it, and I put on strength instead. Next I grab some Geo for grub saving. I fight the Brooding Malik to try and earn even more Geo. All I got was a mask piece for my trouble, so I went back to the City of Tears to farm Geo more efficiently. That's when I remembered that my favorite Geo farming spot is through the Royal Waterways, aka the sewers. Eventually I fight the man, the myth, the legend, the Dung Defender. This man puts the Dung Eater to shame. Not that that's difficult, but seriously, I love this guy. I'm so happy I get to fight him again. So after I leave the Royal Waterways, I waste no time grinding for more Geo. Alright, so the whole reason I need more Geo is so I can grab myself a Lumafly Lantern and enter in the Crystal Caverns. After buying it for 1800 Geo, I also buy a Notch and save another grub. Then I head straight toward Crystal Cavern where I promptly get lost and fall into the resting grounds. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot about the Dream Nail, but at least I got it. I waste some time talking to Seer, gather the essence in the room needlessly, and then I fight this dude also needlessly. I double back to grab the Dream Shield, which I never used throughout the playthrough, and finally get on my way back to the Crystal Caverns. So I don't get lost again, I buy a map this time. I get up here without a double jump. I fight another easy boss. Despite having the map, I still get lost anyway. But eventually, I do make my way down to this main parkour area and grab the crystal heart. On my way out, I save another grub and a mimic for no reason. I unlock this elevator that I will never use again. Instead of just jumping down, I head down to Deep Nest. I pogo for a bit. I save another grub. I fight Nosk. I grab the pale ore. I try to upgrade my nail. I realize I haven't beaten Soul Tyrant yet. I forgot to turn on my recording software for the Soul Tyrant fight, so here's me doing it and got home. I go to see her and grab the pale ore. I go back to the nailsmith and finally upgrade my nail. I go to Kingdom's Edge. I get lost in Kingdom's Edge. I finally find the path to Hornet, then I realize I need the Monarch Wings to fight Hornet. So I go to the Ancient Basin. I fight the Broken Vessel. I collect the Monarch Wings. Now I fight Hornet. I grab the King's Brand. I try to quit so I can teleport back to my bench. Doesn't work. Twice. I turn on a lighthouse, I go for a dip. At this point, I've collected every item I need for the seals and the final boss. So now it's just a mad rush to the finish line. And would you look at that, I still have most of an hour to go. I should hurry. Queen Station, Void Wall, Teacher's Archives, Umu, this guy takes off his hat, kill the Jelly Teacher, 4 hours, 19 minutes, the Deep Nest, jump over pit traps, fight this guy, 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 Distant Village, buy a stag station, rest for a moment. Get absolutely lost in the beast den. I find the beast. I kill the beast. I spend a moment with Hornet because I've never gotten this interaction before. Rush back to King Station. Okay, so the last seal is behind the Watcher Knights boss. And let me just say that the entire rest of the game has led up to this fight. There is a reason I saved these guys for last. This last seal is the hardest mandatory boss for me. I don't know what it is, but I've just always struggled against these guys. If I had more time, I would absolutely go get more health, charm notches, nail upgrades, charms, but I'm out of time. So hopefully I prepped well enough. This is the last real obstacle of the run, and there is a very real chance that I die here right before the finish line. Needless to say, the pressure was on. I start off by killing one of them with a chandelier before entering the boss arena. Here goes. Okay, that's a bad start. I'm too scared to heal because I'm worried that he's just going to attack me while I'm healing, so I'm just using my soul for spell damage right now, which is the first time I've done that in the entire game. But once I hit one mask, I have to change tactics. I start healing again. Did it. I actually did it. Take my reward. I missed the elevator, of course. And kill the last seal. Now all that's left is the Hollow Knight himself. And I still have 20 minutes. We gotta go. I leisurely take the elevator down. Remember that falling is faster. I get to the stag station, run to Dirtmouth, fall down a well, enter the temple. I'm sure that's fine. Pick my charms and start the last battle. I won. Now what? Oh, right. I gotta absorb the radiant. Okay. And that, friends, is how I barely earned the Speedrun 2 achievement with Steel Soul. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, I've got other videos on my channel. You should definitely check them out. Please leave a like and comment so the algorithm may be in my favor. I'm still a small channel, so it's hard for my videos to get recommended to very many people. I'd really appreciate it. Absolutely subscribe for more. I've got 70 subscribers right now, and I would really like to do this professionally, and I can't do it without you. And yeah, outro noises.